the video that has NASA concerned. This footage appeared online, and it quickly caught NASA's attention. Space is constantly being watched. Satellites orbit the planet, and cameras record everything above Earth. Most of the time, the footage shows something familiar: storms, meteors, or passing satellites. But sometimes, a recording appears that doesn't fit so easily. Strange movements near Earth's orbit, unusual objects drifting through space, moments that leave even experts debating what was really captured. What you're about to see are some of the strangest recordings ever filmed near our planet, ranked from the least disturbing to the most unsettling. Number 20, 2024, YR4, the asteroid under watch. A recently discovered asteroid briefly drew the attention of planetary defense teams. The object, named 2024 YR4, was detected by Sky Survey telescopes scanning near-Earth space. Early calculations suggested its path could pass relatively close to Earth, placing it inside what scientists call a risk corridor. Because of this, the asteroid was temporarily added to monitoring lists. The European Space Agency began tracking it closely, while astronomers refined the data. Later observations reduced the uncertainty surrounding its orbit. Today, it remains simply another monitored object. But for a short time, 2024 YR4 passed through a narrow window of concern. Number 19, 2009 FD, refining the future path. A distant point of light once raised questions about a possible future encounter with Earth. The asteroid 2009 FD had been identified as a potentially hazardous object, meaning its orbit crosses relatively close to our planet. Early calculations carried uncertainty. Small variations in its trajectory could change future predictions by thousands of kilometers. Because of this, astronomers launched observation campaigns to refine its orbit. Step by step, new measurements improved the models. Each observation reduced the range of possible scenarios. Today, its path is far better understood, but for years, tracking 2009 FD was a reminder of how carefully scientists watch the sky. Number 18, 1999, AN10, the giant near-Earth asteroid. One of the largest near-Earth asteroids ever tracked has been studied with unusual precision. The object is known as 1999 AN10, a massive rocky body measuring several hundred meters across. Because of its size and orbit, astronomers have carefully calculated its future approaches to Earth. One of the most discussed passes is expected in 2027, when the asteroid will move relatively close in astronomical terms. Close enough to attract scientific attention, but still safely distant from our planet. For researchers, objects like 1999 AN10 are valuable opportunities. Each observation helps improve models used to track potentially hazardous asteroids. Number 17, 1950 DA, long-term hazard modeling. A massive asteroid discovered decades ago continues to appear in long-term risk studies. Known as 1950 DA, the object measures more than a kilometer across, large enough to attract careful monitoring by planetary defense programs. Astronomers have modeled its trajectory far into the future, analyzing possible encounters with Earth. One potential close approach has been calculated for the year 2880. The probability remains extremely small, but the object became a classic case in impact risk modeling. Its orbit has been refined repeatedly as new observations improve the calculations, a reminder that some celestial threats are studied centuries in advance. Number 16, Bennu, precision tracking in deep space. A dark asteroid drifting through near-Earth space became one of the most studied objects in modern astronomy. The object is known as Bennu, a carbon-rich asteroid whose orbit crosses close to Earth. Because of its trajectory, scientists have calculated its future path with extraordinary precision. NASA even launched a dedicated mission to study it. The spacecraft OSIRIS-REx reached Bennu, mapped its surface, and collected physical samples from the asteroid itself. Each measurement helped refine models predicting Bennu's orbit centuries ahead. Today, its trajectory is understood with remarkable accuracy. A small world in space, tracked with almost surgical precision. Number Number 15, the rectangular formation on Mars. Among Mars' desolate landscapes, one photograph drew immediate attention. It shows a rectangular formation, flat, symmetrical, and unlike the surrounding terrain. Some viewers compared it to a human-made base, a structure too precise to be random. NASA's explanation points to erosion and natural layering of rock, shaped slowly by wind and ancient geological forces. Still, the image spread quickly online. To many observers, the geometry felt difficult to ignore. On a planet filled with craters and dunes, a perfectly rectangular shadow raises questions. An illusion of perspective, or simply another strange pattern in the Martian dust? Number 14, Olympus Mons, the shadow over Mars. From orbit, Mars revealed a colossal shadow piercing through its thin atmosphere. The image shows a massive mountain rising from the planet's surface. Its scale so immense, some say it could dwarf Mount Everest. Scientists identify it as Olympus Mons, a volcanic giant formed billions of years ago. Yet the sheer magnitude of the structure continues to surprise observers. Nearly 3 times taller than Everest, it spreads across hundreds of kilometers of Martian terrain. From space, its shadow stretches across the dusty plains like a dark scar. A reminder that the largest volcano in the solar system isn't on Earth. It stands alone on Mars, a silent monument towering over an empty world. Number 13, the tree shape on the Martian surface. One of the most debated Mars images shows a dark, branching shape spreading across the ground. At first glance, the form resembles a tree, thin lines extending outward like branches across the reddish dust. The pattern stretches along the slope of a dune, creating the illusion of a trunk and limbs casting shadows in the weak Martian light. Planetary scientists say the explanation is far less mysterious. The shapes are believed to form when frozen carbon dioxide beneath the surface suddenly releases gas, triggering dark dust avalanches that spread downhill. But when the image first appeared online, many saw something else entirely. For a moment, it looked like vegetation on another world. Number 12, Hanny's Voorwerp, the green ghost of space. A strange glowing cloud near a distant galaxy caught astronomers completely off guard. The object appears as a vast green cloud of gas floating beside the galaxy IC 2497. It was first noticed not by scientists, but by a school teacher named Hanny van Arkel, while she was examining telescope images online. The structure quickly became known as Hanny's Voorwerp. Astronomers believe the cloud may be illuminated by radiation from a quasar that once existed in the nearby galaxy, but the source of that energy seems to have faded, leaving behind a glowing cosmic echo, a luminous cloud, still shining long after the original light may have disappeared. Number 11, the flickering light on the Martian horizon. On the horizon of Mars, a faint glow was captured, a single light flickering above a small ridge. Against the dusty landscape, the shape appears oddly upright, almost resembling a distant human figure standing alone. When the image is zoomed in, the glow becomes more defined, a brief point of brightness contrasting with the dark terrain. Scientists suggest a far simpler explanation. The light may be a reflection inside the camera system, or a cosmic ray briefly striking the sensor during the exposure, a momentary artifact created by imaging equipment. Still, the frame circulated widely online, because for a few seconds that distant glow felt like something watching. Number 10, the cylindrical object in Martian sand. Half buried in the red sands of Mars lies a shape few expected to see. At first glance, the object appears smooth and cylindrical, almost like a metallic projectile resting on the surface. Its symmetry stands out sharply against the rough terrain, making the formation look strangely artificial. Planetary scientists, however, point to a natural explanation. Wind erosion on Mars can sculpt rocks into unusual shapes, especially after millions of years of dust storms and shifting dunes. Still, when the image spread online, the resemblance sparked debate. A rock shaped by time, or simply a coincidence the human eye struggles to ignore. Number 9, fast radio bursts, signals across the universe. astronomers have detected mysterious signals arriving from distant galaxies. They are known as fast radio bursts, or FRBs, intense flashes of radio energy lasting only milliseconds. Despite their brief duration, each burst releases an enormous amount of energy, sometimes equivalent to what the sun emits over several days. The signals appear suddenly, then vanish. Some repeat, others are never seen again. Researchers believe certain FRBs may come from meteors, highly magnetized neutron stars, capable of producing extreme bursts of radiation. But not every signal fits that explanation. Across billions of light years, something powerful keeps sending these flashes. And for now, the universe isn't revealing exactly what. Number 8. Tabby star, the unusual dimming. Among the many stars observed by modern telescopes, one behaves unlike the rest. Known as Tabby star, or KIC 8462852, it has shown dramatic drops in brightness. At times, the star's light has dimmed by as much as 22%, far more than what planets or normal stellar activity usually cause. The strange pattern led to intense debate among astronomers. Some early speculation even considered the possibility of a vast alien megastructure orbiting the star. Later studies suggested more natural explanations, including large clouds of cosmic dust. Yet the star's unusual light patterns remain one of the most curious stellar observations. A distant sun, flickering in ways few others ever have. Number 7. The Hand of God, a shape in X-ray light. Deep in space, telescopes detected a structure that looked strangely familiar. In X-ray images, a glowing formation appears to resemble an enormous human hand stretching across the darkness. The shape was captured using data from NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory and the Nuster telescope. Scientists explain the phenomenon as the result of a pulsar, a rapidly spinning neutron star, sending powerful streams of particles into surrounding gas. These energetic winds sculpt the material into unusual shapes, visible only in high-energy wavelengths. From Earth, the result looks almost symbolic. A massive hand emerging from the void. Not a cosmic signal, just physics and light forming an unexpected silhouette. Number 6.3 I/Atlas, the orbit that raised questions. A recently detected object moving through the solar system has drawn unusual attention online. The object, referred to in some discussions as 3I/Atlas, appears to follow a highly unusual path. According to claims circulating on the internet, its trajectory seems extremely precise, with some observers pointing to its alignment with planetary orbits. Others argue that its brightness and acceleration appear difficult to reconcile with what is normally expected from natural comets. These interpretations have fueled speculation across social media. However, astronomers emphasize that unusual orbital paths can occur naturally in interstellar objects. For now, the object remains under observation, another traveler crossing our solar system, leaving more questions than answers. Number 5. The pyramid-like formation on Mars. Among the endless plains of Mars, a single formation rises sharply from the ground. Its triangular sides and defined edges resemble a pyramid, a shape that feels strangely familiar. The structure casts sharp shadows across the Martian surface, making its geometry appear even more precise. Planetary scientists explain it as a natural mesa, a rock formation carved slowly by wind erosion and shifting dust. Over millions of years, erosion can produce surprisingly geometric shapes. Still, when the image began circulating online, the resemblance captured attention. A pyramid-like silhouette standing alone in the Martian desert. A coincidence of geology, or simply another illusion created by perspective and shadow? Number 4. Oumuamua, the interstellar visitor. In 2017, astronomers detected something unusual entering our solar system. The object was named Oumuamua, a word from Hawaiian, meaning messenger from afar. Unlike typical comets or asteroids, its shape appeared long and elongated, and its surface showed a dark reddish color. As it moved through the solar system, scientists noticed something even stranger. Its speed began to increase slightly. Normally, that kind of acceleration comes from gases released by a comet. but no visible tail or gas cloud was detected. Researchers propose several explanations, including unusual ice releasing invisible particles. Still, Oumuamua remains the first confirmed visitor from another star system, a silent traveler passing briefly through our cosmic neighborhood. Number 3. The fossil-like formation on Mars. While exploring the Martian surface, a rover captured a haunting image. Across the dusty ground lies a formation that some viewers say resembles a fossil, a long structure with shapes similar to a spine and skull. The rocks appear arranged in a pattern that feels strangely anatomical. But planetary geologists see something different. They explain the structure as layered rock, shaped gradually by erosion, wind, and shifting sediment over millions of years. Mars is filled with formations that can mimic familiar shapes. Still, the image sparked intense speculation online because it raises a quiet question. If life once existed on Mars long ago, could the planet still be hiding traces of it in stone? Number 2. The humanoid silhouette on Mars. During a rover's routine capture, one image stunned the public. Perched on a rock appears a figure, humanoid in shape, with long arms and legs. Against the dusty terrain, the outline seems oddly balanced, almost as if something is standing upright on the ridge. Planetary scientists quickly offered a simpler explanation. They say the shape is the result of shadows and perspective, created by uneven rocks under the harsh Martian sunlight. Images from distant worlds often produce familiar shapes to the human eye, yet the silhouette remains strangely clear in the frame, a brief illusion captured by a rover's camera, or just another reminder of how easily the mind fills the unknown. Number 1. The humanoid figure in the desert. A short clip circulating online shows a strange encounter in a desert landscape. In the footage, several men dressed in traditional robes appear kneeling on the ground. Standing before them is a tall humanoid figure wearing what looks like a smooth blue suit. Next to the group sits a large spherical object, partially embedded in the sand. The scene has been widely shared online, often described as leaked time travel footage or evidence of a mysterious visitor. However, no verified source confirms where or when the recording was made. Some suggest it may be staged or digitally created. Yet the unusual composition continues to fuel speculation. A strange meeting in the desert with no clear explanation.